Hi there, it's Robert Bruce Anderson. I was asked a question on my Facebook group this morning, and the question was, how do we how do you interact with companies or find more people to sell or promote your products? Okay, so things that you've made to sell, I want to therefore come and give you a kind of a more of a general overview as to what your options are with selling what you've made. Okay. So I've titled this Partnership with Companies, Other Ways to Sell Your Products. I have to admit that I think, and sounds a bit vague, I know, that I think that I have already got this in a detailed course. But marketing wise, pretty certain I have one of my courses, but let's not worry about that. Okay, so let's get into this. Okay, so for me to give you, I'm going to answer the question in the middle of all of this, but let me give you an overall thing. So, if you've got a product that you're manufacturing, it's vital that you do understand that if you targeted or niched down, what they call, drill down tighter in your niche, you're likely to sell more because you can target that niche. So, if you made jewelry, target wedding jewelry. If it's it doesn't matter what your craft is. It can be pottery or it doesn't matter. If you found a niche that has a demand for what you make, and it can be pets, it can be anything. So, if you make jewelry, make, I don't know, jewelry that says I love my dog, and then you target the pet niche. So there's a lot of ways that you can do that. And if you market it on a place like Facebook and you were niche specific, you can target your advertising to be very, very, very accurate. Okay, so I needed to just, excuse me, point that out to you that if you are very broad with your marketing, it's going to be a lot harder, if not even impossible, to get attention from the world. If let's say you make jewelry and you've got 500 products and only three of them are for weddings, and then you go and see wedding people, and that's lovely. But if you went to a wedding guy, a photographer, an event place, or whatever it is, where they have weddings, and said, "Hey, we've got all this wedding-related stuff. Now we've got 300 wedding pieces. We've got wedding favors, etc. All of them made by my skills." Now they look up and think, "Well, this is cool. We can partner with this guy easily enough." Okay. So know that in your marketing, it's actually vital. All right, let's get to the real question: was partnering with businesses or companies that could or could not go, place orders with you. Now, the way that everybody thinks you need to go about this is or it's been traditional, is you go to see a store and you say, "I make these lovely XYZs, and I see you've got similar stuff, and would you like to sell my stuff?" And you go there kind of hat in hand, and it's okay, it looks cool, and they're never that excited. But if they are, even if they love your stuff, they will say, "Okay, cool, give me a consignment stock," and then what happens, and you do that, and then for the first week it goes great, and then after that you go there a month later wondering why you've never had any more orders, and you find the stuff all full of dust in the corner because they found other things to work on. So my opinion on consignment is it's a very, very bad thing. It's your money sitting in somebody's store collecting dust. Okay, so for me, the solution is very, very simple. I actually used to have a system. Incidentally, my real thing is avoid stores. Avoid other people selling you when you are not the main focus of their sales. Another one of these slides further on, I'll talk about agents. That's different. But a store, they've got 1,000 other products, and you're just one of them. They very quickly learn which is their best seller. If it's you, they're well done, and you're going to do very, very well. If it's not you, you get consigned to the dusty end of the store, I promise you. So here's how I used to solve it. I would go and offer, if he says, "I love this," I'll say, "Okay, cool, here's how this works. I will come and help you test how well this sells by promoting over a weekend in your store." Do you agree with that, sir? Yes, thank you. Okay, and if it does, then we'll look about, placing orders from there. Don't talk about consignment. Tell him placing orders. So now you set up a big display. Okay, and over a weekend you pump and promote, and you're standing there all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and displaying things and explaining things to people. You're very often prominently displayed, and hopefully you've arranged that even partly outside to catch passing trade. And so if it goes well, you do very, very well that weekend, and you sell a boatload of your product, and that puts that store owner thinking, wow, whoa, this is cool, that did well. And very often you then get a nice big order because you sold, pick a number, 200 items, and so they're going to order 400 because they need to have a whole month's supply. And then you explain to them as you deliver it, hey, you need to kind of keep it fresh, and if you like, I'll come around once a month and promote it again if you've done well enough for it to be worth your while, by the way. So that way, this guy then, if they place a nice big order and never order from you again, like the dusty consignment guy would have done, it doesn't really matter. He's paid for it. It's now his to put on to discount and dump 6 months down the line, and whatever the case is. Or it keeps selling and he keeps ordering, and you've always been paid for your product. Okay, let's go to, so that was, by the way, incidentally, the answer to the question. But I thought I'd cover it in more detail. So let me run through a few other things that, in my opinion, are better streams of income. Put your product onto the online stores. Amazon is by far the best because they go to huge effort to sell your products for you. So it's called FBA. Sorry, my bad. I had to think of it. Their fulfillment by Amazon. Put it onto Amazon. Make sure you've got enough stock. You're well priced. You've chosen a good niche. You correctly labeled it, etc., etc. Everything that you've got to do to make your Amazon listing work, and then let Amazon sell it for you. Amazon deliver it for you. It's a beautiful thing. Etsy, it's so overrated in my opinion. Everybody wants to be on Etsy because it's crafty and people go there for crafts. My opinion is crafters go there for crafts. And yeah, the crafting market is massive, so there's nothing wrong with Etsy, but I believe, in my opinion, and I've never proven this, so I might be talking absolute rubbish, but I believe that Amazon will outsell Etsy 10 to 1. 50 to 1. I do believe that because Amazon is mainstream and people want to look for a wedding gift. They don't go to that. Most people don't go to Etsy to look for a wedding gift. They click wedding gifts, and bingo, Amazon pops up because there's 10,000 things for wedding gifts on Amazon, and they scroll through those listings. They find your product if it's that cool, and they buy it. Millions and millions of customers shopping. eBay is cool because it targets keywords, and eBay market pretty well too. It depends on your product. You might kind of have your brand not seen as great. In other words, it's a little bit like a discount store, eBay, in my opinion. Okay, now drop shipping could be done in a number of ways. Let me just say that the easiest way is for it to be your own website. And I can't make a video about this. This is 10 videos. But if you've built your website correctly, you can outsell Amazon by 10 to 1. You could outsell Amazon 10 times more because you're targeting dozens of keywords. Because you're doing it international, local. International, you would target and ship and maybe build your own website and still send them to your Amazon link. So they find your product on your website, but you don't ship it. So you can still drop ship if you want, or you send them straight to your Amazon listing, and you take a risk that when they get there, they'll buy the other guy's stuff. So you've got to be careful there. Now, your own website is cool for local, is that, especially with bigger items. Incidentally, with international and shipping, I don't want to talk too long, so we're already on 9 minutes. With international and shipping, it's got to be a small item that can ship easily. To ship a fridge is a lot harder, to a small car, motorbike, a scooter. Not so easy as shipping, a ring or earrings, obviously. So, but if you're local, so now you build a local website, and that's local search, and that's something you've got to ask me another question about. But local search is when people in your town are looking for a product, but you've modified it with your town. So in my case, wedding gifts, Santon, stores, gift stores in Santon. Those are the keywords that I would target if I was manufacturing craft. So when they find it, they find all my cool stuff, and now they're local. So I tell them, okay, cool. They phone me. That's what I want. I want a phone call. Hi there, do you do wedding gifts? So yes, of course. What's your name? Linda. Okay, Linda, yeah. I'm Rob. What do you need? Okay, well, it's my best friend and or whatever, and you make a sale. Okay, so it's a good option. Okay, another stream of income are agents. Now, this worked very well for me in some of my crafts in the past. Okay, others I got caught. So take care. Always make them pay up front. If you are going to have agents or anybody where they've got consignment, there's a very high chance they're going to move or run away if they're an agent, or sell all of your stuff and then go, I don't know, on a drinking spree, and then they've got no money to pay you, and then they phone you and say, look, I need more stock, but I can't pay you for the last stock. Really? And there's your money gone. So be careful of that. I learned that the hard way, very, very hard way. Believe me, many times too. I'm an idiot. So, firstly, it pays you to have your own store in your home, set up a showroom area, a display area that is very professional, not kind of cheap and nasty looking. Remember, people will pay by what they think. So if they pitch up and they go through a security gate and the lights turn on and the whole thing's stunning and it looks like it's a store in a shopping mall, they're going to think, oh, this is beautiful, in their heads. But if they pitch up and you haul a box from under your dining room table out and dump it onto your dining room table, they're going to think, cool bargain. Seriously, they're going to want to pay half. So take care on how you display your home store. But you need it if you're going to have agents, if you're going to have anybody coming to see you, because you need to display your stuff properly. You need to look professional. You need to have a branding thing going. So bear that in mind. Okay, now, you could market for agents in a number of ways. And again, this I do cover in one of my courses. But to try and cover it very quickly now, party plan is an example. So this is where it's related to the wedding niche and all of the gifts are wedding related, from favors to whatever. And then you market through the wedding system. So you get you network. And wedding is hugely network talked up. But basically you get referred and you set up party plans with people that are planning on weddings, and you even plan it with other guys. So in other words, you get the photographer to pitch and you do a party presentation. Then it's not really a party plan. But included in that is the photographer shows all of their albums and you show all of your gifts. And somebody else does wedding favors, and then all three of you together, I don't know, you've got to be careful that you don't get the short end of the stick. But that way, if you set up party plan agents like that and it's working, you've got to test it first. Once it's working, you can duplicate that in outlying cities and suburbs and literally grow very big like that. A bit like multi-level marketing. Take care, don't go that route. Just keep it plain. Everybody deals with you direct, etc. So that would be the agents in other cities. Now, those agents could be, as I put here, direct agents, where they are just selling on the craft market. So they come and they buy a stock from me every week and they say, I need some more of those purple hats. Those purple hats sold fantastic. You know, the soft ones with the ears? Thank you. And bingo. They buy another 300 from you, or they've ordered them first. They come and pick it up, and their markets are working great. They don't have the hassle of manufacturing stuff, but their markup's still there, and they've got a nice weekend income. It pays for their car, whatever it is, their holidays annually, and they're happy. So there are lots of ways of setting up direct agents. Do them one at a time. Never start and run 50 at a time. You're just going to get things out of control. Okay, at 14 minutes, I'm going to try and accelerate this. Mall space marketing works. Depending on your product, it might not work. You've got to get it with some in-store marketing is a bit like being in Walmart, where you negotiate to pay for a demo space, and you're literally just paying for a booth inside of a store. It's cheaper, it can be more focused, but you got to watch out because if you're in Walmart, you've got to have good prices. And remember, they probably won't let you in because they've got that stuff. So you'd have to find a store that does let you in. Let a clothing store let you in, and promote clothing related, in other words, jewelry, fashion related stuff. Let a hair salon let you promote in or outside their store, and you promote that. Go to a restaurant and promote. Wow, I've got no idea, but you get where I'm going. Okay, and then forecourt space is still mall marketing, but that's that where you rent from the entire mall. You rent that forecourt space. Okay, and that's really powerful. I'd need a full video to explain it to you. Let me just say that for now, it needs to be highly, highly professional. You've got to look so expensive that when they get there, they think, wow, and then they find out you're just a normal price and they'll buy from you a lot. Look cheap, and they're going to come along and think your price is expensive and never buy from you, and you'll lose. Okay, craft markets is obvious. It's where you should have all started if you're crafters, is using your local craft markets to test yourself and to find out which products work and don't work. You should also expand onto the big annual shows. We here in South Africa, we've got one called Anibos. We had one that's trying to reformat itself called Art Club. We've got one called the Grahamstown National Arts Festival. Those big ones are great. You can build up literally 10 times the stock for them and do very well on them. Trade shows also cool. And then niche down shows, again, this works so well, is create Christmas products, create wedding products, create esoteric products, and look for that niche as big show. So the esoteric market will have 1 or 2 big shows a year, and you build up stock just for that, and you go to that show. And then you build up other stock just for wedding shows, and there's 2 or 3 big ones like that a year. So you don't take your esoteric stock to the wedding stuff, and you don't take your horse products to the wedding show. You get where I'm going. Niche it down, dogs, horses, people, crafting, it doesn't matter, whatever it is. It's all really cool options there. Okay, so my summary is, I got this order wrong. Do one at a time. Believe me, it's far. You've got to make one profitable first, and then look through this list and think, cool, let me try to set a party plan. Do it yourself. Get hold of your friends and say, I want to try this party plan thing. You throw the party, I'll give you a free gift, and I'll bring the pizzas, the snacks, the cake, whatever it is. Let's test it, please. But you've got to invite 30 of your friends, 20, 10. I don't know, your product, whatever it is, okay? Test the one at a time and make sure it works, okay? But don't just rely on that. So have more than an income stream, okay? And obviously keep every method under control. Right now to my first line, use the method that you can control the best or the easiest. Remember, you're a crafter, you're manufacturing stuff. You don't want to be the marketer all day. You don't want to be the guy answering the phone, talking to potential agents and never sell any products, okay? So that kind of pretty much that one. Let's see what I got at the end. Of course. Okay, most important, join, if you haven't found this on the Facebook group, Things to Make and Sell, go and join it. And you'll get in as long as you haven't joined Facebook this year. I'm very suspicious of those. Okay, and on there's a lot of free stuff. And in fact, if you click the tab, I don't know what it is, there's one of the tabs there on the group where there's lots of free products in there. Plus, find out what my websites are. There's lots and lots of free courses, tons of free training, how to do keyword research, how to do content marketing, how to work on your website, how to build a website, all of it for free. It's all in there. I've even got courses that are dirt cheap. I think my most expensive course is $40. All the rest are mostly around between $10 and $20. So I've got that. I also recommend courses. For example, I'm highly, highly involved in the wood Things to Make and Sell niche. 2 or 3 of these sites are wood related. So I would recommend, there's a couple of courses or things that I recommend that you buy. It's worth it because you've got a business. You can't just think like, oh, everything's for free. No, it's not. So I do recommend courses every now and again. You can consult with me directly. That's not going to be easy. Most of the time I'm too busy. But check with me. If you contact me through the group, there's a chance. This is something that is current. I don't know if I'll always offer it. But if you need a website and you use my hosting affiliate link, so I make some commission, I'll then install a couple of pages and start you off with a free premium high quality website. Okay, cool. I hope that this has answered your questions and that it's given you a bit of an insight into what you need to do with hooking up and selling your products through other methods other than the most obvious and basic. Cool. I'm done. Thank you. Make sure you stay in touch on the website. If you've got questions, ask them there. Thanks. Cheers.